What's going on, everybody? Serial Entrepreneur for another episode on the Digital Marketing School. And in this episode, we're going to talk about on-site SEO, building effective link structure in depth. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So by now you have an idea, or you know what SEO is briefly and how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into some more advanced information. Okay. And basically what we're going to focus on this episode is on-site SEO. So key topics for on-site SEO practices. Number one, or the first thing we're going to cover, is the navigation bar and footer. Basically, these links are super important to have working at all times. These functions are the areas of the majority of activity on a site because viewers use them to sort through information. So if you go to a website, just do this. Well, no, that's not it. That's the course. That one. So this is the navigation bar up top. And again, this helps them sort through the site. So if a link isn't working here, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be losing out on customers at least. Also, the nav bar at the top of a website doesn't have space to include all of the information you want available about a business and still look appealing. That's when this little footer bar down here comes in handy, and you're able to put other information in terms of use, privacy policy, refund policy, all of that good stuff down there. So pages to the site. First of all, you obviously have your home page, you have your products and services pages, you have your blog, your about page, how it works, etc. When building and optimizing a site, you want to make sure that the most prominent pages of your site are at the forefront. So at the top of your basically in your navigation bar, that's where the most important information needs to be. You'll also want to take into consideration the questions and answers your viewers might be looking for if they're new to the site. So basically, if someone's new to the site and they kind of have an idea of what your product is, but they're looking for more information, you want to have all of that at the top. And if it's a type of business where they need to set an appointment or call in to schedule something, you should have all of that information towards the top of the site. That's going to help with the amount of time that people spend on your site. It's going to help lower your bounce rate and ultimately help increase your conversion. Let me see. You also want to take in, all the links in the navigation and footer areas of your site should make sense and point directly to the content related to the topic selected. So you wouldn't want it to say, football and it go to baseball. That wouldn't make sense, right? That's going to cause bounce rate, which obviously lowers your SEO rank. Sitemap and indexing. So the sitemap in basic terms is like an index of your entire site. Okay. It's a condensed version of your site with key topics and information that search engine crawlers are able to skim through quickly and basically make a judgment call. These can get very complex, so I choose not to go in depth with like an actual sitemap. Just know that you need one, and if you need to get it taken care of, go to a developer. They can put them together very quickly. It shouldn't be expensive at all. They can put them together really quickly and get it over to you, usually in the same day, and at an affordable rate. And just because you've made a website and a sitemap, it doesn't mean that search engines will always pick them up. So I always recommend to check and see if your client has submitted their site to a search engine before. Chances are, if their site is new, they haven't submitted it yet. And Google, Yahoo, and Bing haven't even picked it up because it takes time if you haven't submitted it manually. You can easily perform manual submission with any of the search engines via their webmaster software. So Google, all you're going to do is go Google Search Console, like in the search bar, type Google Search Console, and that'll take you to their page where you can basically submit your site. It's super easy to do. So now let's talk about inbound linking. Oh, and Bing is the same. They have a webmaster platform. You go there, you can submit your site there too. So inbound linking, basically what we have is product pages. All right, so I guess let me cover what inbound linking is. Basically, an inbound link is a link that exists on your page that goes to another page on your website. So you can have a product on your page and have a link on that product page that points to another product, for, say, an upsell reason. You could have a product page that links to another blog article. So somewhere on that product page, you have a link for your blog article that's maybe related to that product. And then you have a product that relates to a promotional offer. So your product could have a link to a promotional offer or something like that. Blog articles or blog pages, basically the article could link to another article. It could link to a product. This is what a lot of people do. They link their blogs to their products because people are reading the article looking for information. Here's their solution. And then the article can also be linked to an external source but always keep it in the related industry. So if you were doing something on dogs and you sell like dog clothing and then this vet writes a really cool article, you could link to that article for the vet. For How It Works pages, you have basically your How It Works page can link to a blog article, a product page, or a promotional offer, just like the rest of these are. And that's all inbound linking is, and it's an important thing to take into consideration when you're building. This builds depth to your site, okay? And when a spider comes to crawl your site, if they see, just it's a one-layered site, there's not much complexity to it, not much depth to it, then they know there's not a lot of informational content here. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have, thousands and thousands of pages of content, but if you're a very flat type website with, hardly any depth, you have 2 to 3 pages at most in depth, you're not going to get a lot of benefit there. And then anything informational, like you can literally link to any other page on your website that's informational. It doesn't have to just be products or blogs or stuff like that. It could be a specific web page where you have maybe a how it works or a how-to or an informational walkthrough, something like that. So that's it for this article on on-site SEO building effective link structure in depth. We actually have a whole mini series that's over on our YouTube channel as well. So if you guys are looking for more content, and you want to get through this really quickly, we have that whole 10-part series over on our YouTube channel. You can go check that out. It's under the SEO playlist. And it'll go through a lot of this information plus a lot more. We put a lot of effort into that beginner's guide series, so I'm telling you, you'll like that information if you're looking for more stuff on SEO. But I'm getting out of here, guys. Until next time, Serial Entrepreneur out.